Hello again and welcome back to another FMOD and Unity tutorial where today we're starting from the very beginning. We're going to be looking at installing and integrating both FMOD and Unity. The reason why I'm doing this, even though I've covered this is like my third time doing this video, is because I've just spotted this tweet by FMOD. Basically, they're kind of working together, and because of that, instead of having to download an integration package from the FMOD website, you can do it directly from within a Unity project. Now, at the time of me recording this video, we're currently in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. And if I'm honest, I'm not really a fan. I'm not enjoying it. So if you go to scottgamesounds.com, not only do I have a few things set up that you should find beneficial if you're into audio design and implementation, but also you'll be supporting charities around the world that are working hard to help people affected by the virus. So if you go to resources and go to FMOD and Unity lessons, you can actually book a free one-on-one lesson with me over Zoom. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing these, but all I ask in return for my time is if you just make a donation to the charity I've linked. It's a fund basically created by Global Giving. They give money to various different charity projects. Anyway, just donate whatever you can, big or small, and I'll be happy to do a free consultation with you and help you in any way I can with FMOD and Unity. But if that doesn't tickle your fancy and you want something a bit bigger, well then I always have the FMOD and Unity Essentials course for you, where we go through every step of integrating audio that you need to know using FMOD and Unity. And if you sign up now, again, not sure how long I'm going to do this for, but 20% of the profit that from your sale will go again to that same coronavirus relief fund. So if you're even considering either of those two, thank you so much in advance, I really appreciate it. But with all that doom and gloom out of the way, let's crack on with today's video. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you've got Unity and FMOD installed. Now, I've got the most recent version of Unity installed, but not the most recent version of FMOD. So I'm going to run through that with you, but I'm just going to tell you how to download Unity, because it's pretty easy to do. So what you're going to want to do, let's go back to the beginning, is you want to go to unity.com. And I mean, depending on when you're watching this video, the website might have changed and updated. Buttons and layouts and stuff like that might be different. But if you come to it and you see a page similar to this, go to Get Started. And you're going to want to go to individual, well, assuming you're not a business and you're just using Unity to practice with, you can if you want. But if you are just practicing, you can go to personal and download Unity for free. So I'm going to click Get Started. Then you can choose whether or not you want to download some free assets and some free little game tutorials to learn how to use Unity. That's up to you. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click Go here. And then from here, by accepting their terms and conditions, you can download the Unity Hub, which is like a separate program that you can use to install different versions of the Unity software as it gets updated. Now, I've already downloaded the Unity Hub, so I'm not going to do that in this video. But don't worry, it's nice and easy. You just click on it and follow the on-screen instructions. Then the next program you'll want to download is, of course, FMOD. So go to fmod.com. Again, same thing. It might be different depending on when you're watching this video. But just look for a tab or a button that says download. So when you click download, you'll see a little thing like this. Just click there to sign in. If you haven't got an account, just register one. It's nice and easy, and then sign in. And then once you've done that, you're going to want to find the latest version of FMOD by clicking FMOD Studio that you'll want to install. So for me, the latest version is 2.01, and just pick which platform you are or which operating system you're using FMOD on. So for me, it's Windows 64-bit. So I'm going to click download. And as you can see at the bottom there, we've got a little installer executable program being downloaded. Okay, mine's done, so I'm going to double click on that. And then we're brought to a setup guide, which is nice and easy. You basically just want to agree to their terms and conditions and decide where on your desktop that you're going to install FMOD onto, as well as whether or not you want the little shortcut that you can click on from the desktop. So it'll create a little folder within your C hard drive's program files. I'm just going to click install. I don't mind putting it there. And then just like that, you're done. So I'm just going to click finish and we're good to go. So now let's open up both Unity and FMOD, starting with Unity, and we'll get one step closer to integrating them. Okay, so either find the Unity Hub on your desktop if you created a shortcut for it, or just search for it in your search tab, Unity Hub. And then from here, we're going to be able to create our first project. So to create a new project, just click New. Choose which template you like. So if you're making a 2D game, you might want their 2D template using their 2D engine. It's a 3D one, and there's a few other variants, but I'm just going to stick with 3D. I'm just going to call this FMOD Test. And again, you can also choose where you'd like to save this project. Mine's just going to go to a folder in my documents that I've called Unity Projects. Once you've set all that up, just hit create. And by the way, depending on how powerful your computer is, this might take some time, but don't worry, it's a big engine, so if it does take time, just be patient and it should boot itself up. Cool. And then once it's open, you should be brought to a page that looks like this. And if you've used Unity before, you're probably very familiar with it. Now, we could download the FMOD integration package now, straight from the asset store. But first, I want to open my new FMOD version and create a project like I've done in Unity for it. So I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to find the shortcut for the new version of FMOD I've installed. God, my desktop's a mess. Sometimes you might find that after downloading FMOD, a shortcut for it has appeared on your desktop. Ignore that one, that's for an old version of FMOD. This has happened to me a couple of times before, so it happens to you. Don't worry, there's an easy way of opening it. All you've got to do is go to your folders and files, and you'll want to find your C drive or your hard drive, the local disk. Click on that, and then you're basically going to want to find where you installed the FMOD program to. So for me, and this will be the same for you if you just left it default when you installed FMOD, is it was under Program Files, FMOD Sound System, I believe, and there it is, FMOD Studio 2.01. So double click on that. If you're on a Mac, of course, it's going to be somewhere different, but I imagine it's just under Library or something. I haven't used the Mac in a while, I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. Cool, so we've got our two softwares installed. So now it's time to link the two together. So starting with Unity, we're going to go to the asset store, and from here we're going to download the package that allows us to integrate the two together, and it's so simple. I love it. So once this is loaded, we're going to search for FMOD. So search for assets, let's type in FMOD, and then it is this one here, FMOD Adaptive Audio Engine. So I'm going to click on that. Now, as you can see, as it says up here, I've already downloaded this asset. But that doesn't matter too much. All it means is basically I can just straight away import it into this project. For you, instead of seeing an import button, you'll see a download button. It just means you'll have to go through 2 steps. So it doesn't really matter too much. Just click import or download, whatever appears for you. And if you get a little import window that pops up asking you what assets from this package you want to install. Oh, this one here, brilliant. Just make sure you install all of them. So click all and click import. And we're done. Now, you might notice once it's finished downloading and then importing, if I go to console, we've got an error. The FMOD Studio project path must be set. Basically, it's saying, okay, I'm ready to use FMOD, but which FMOD project do you want me to use? You might have a million download or a million created on your PC or Mac. It doesn't know which one it wants to integrate with. So you can either double click on this error, that should take you to the right page, or go to the FMOD tab at the top of Unity, click Edit Settings, and then here, Studio Project Path is what we want to fill in. What I like about this new integration package, originally, when you downloaded the integration package from the FMOD website, it had to match whatever version of FMOD you were using. But from what I was testing earlier, it looks like you can use some of the old versions of FMOD. And for the most, it doesn't look like you need a specific version. You can just use whatever you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project using FMOD Studio 1.10.07 and show you how to do it with it. Okay, so I'm back in FMOD, so I'm going to quickly create new project, file, save as, and I'm just going to call this, well, first I want to find my documents folder, just so it's nice and easy to find. We go FMOD Studio, I'm going to call this Unity Test 2. I can't call it Unity Test, I should probably delete that now. But Unity Test 2. Okay, so I've got my project opened up. First, we need to find it in Unity. So I'm going to go back to Unity. And I'm going to go browse. I'm going to browse for that project I just created. So I created it in my documents folder. In a folder, I believe I created this myself, a folder called FMOD Studio within documents. And it was Unity Test 2. So I'm going to click on the .fspro file that comes with your project whenever you create a new FMOD project, and click open. So we got rid of one error, but now we've got another. This time this error is saying, okay, we know which FMOD project you want to use, but the problem is that FMOD project doesn't have any bank files created within it. Now, don't worry too much about what a bank file is. It's basically an encoded file that's going to take all your WAVs and your MP3s, preferably not MP3s, OGG Vorbis files, whatever audio you're going to stick into your FMOD project, and all the events and stuff you create within FMOD. And it's going to basically convert that into a file that Unity can now read via the FMOD integration package that we've installed into it. So to create a bank file, all we need to do is press F7 on your keyboard and it's done. And then save your project with Control S or Command S on a Mac. Now if we go back into Unity, bang, error's gone, we're good to go. So once you've done that, you can clear the console tab just to neaten things up and get rid of any old errors. Okay, now it's time to test to see everything worked. So let's go back to scene. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new game object, just an empty game object. I'm going to leave it called game object. Then I'm going to add a FMOD component that comes with Unity when you install that integration package. It's called FMOD Studio Event Emitter, and it's a simple way of playing sounds really quickly from FMOD. First, we need some sounds in FMOD, so let's go back to our FMOD project. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly browse my computer just for the first audio file I find. There you go, so Laser Shot 2, that'll do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new 2D event. We'll just call this Hello. So events are ways of playing audio in FMOD, and I've got plenty of videos on using the FMOD interface, which I'll have linked for you in a card in the top right or in the description. So we're not going to talk about what I'm doing here too much. All you need to know is that I'm dragging an audio file into FMOD, and then what I'm going to do is from within Unity, I'm going to call this Hello event I've just created that now contains a reference to that audio file. And when that happens, it's going to play the sound. So now I've dragged my sound in, I'm going to right click on the event and I'm going to click add to bank. Basically we're adding this event and the sound within it to that bank file I mentioned earlier. Then we need to hit F7 again to rebuild the bank file, and then hit Control S or Command S again. And we're all set up on FMOD. So in fact we'll quickly test it. Yep, it worked. Ooh, it sounds a bit weird. Oh, what a rubbish sound effect. Anyway, back to Unity. We want to go, first we want to find our event. So let's click search, and there it is. It pops up automatically because we rebuilt our banks and Unity's checking those bank files. So let's click on hello. And then we're going to want to say when we want this sound to play. So I'm going to click on the drop down menu and just hit object start, which basically just means it's going to start straight away. Again, not going to talk about the in-depth details of everything Unity wise in this video. So now if we hit play, fingers crossed this works. Brilliant, it works, we're all good to go. I was a little bit worried that wouldn't work actually, because I am using a very old version of FMOD. But there you go, it's so much more easy now to use FMOD with Unity. That's pretty much everything from me. Thank you very much for watching, really appreciate it. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see from my channel. It could be FMOD, Unity, wise, I don't know, Unreal, sound design wise, doesn't matter, let me know. I might, well I probably will actually, consider making a video on it. And don't forget, if you're looking to help both support me and tackle this virus that we all hate so much, come to my website, scottgamesounds.com, and you can either book a lesson with me one-on-one over Zoom, or you can sign up to the FMOD and Unity Essentials course. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Henry Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.